And yeah, we're recording it right now.
Record. Basically, I mean, you can come back and you can listen back through this. So it'll be, you can come back and look at it on the URL where we are now. But at the end, as the host, you'll get an email with a full MP4 and an MP3 and an embed code. So you can repurpose the video and put it, like if you want to chop it up or if you want to put it on your YouTube channel or anything. So yeah, that's what the record function does. Obviously, as the host, it's up to you to keep control of the room, keep your guests in check, and also keep on topic. So all the people who are in the window, it's really important that you do change. You notice I've already changed the topic, just to show you that anyone who's in the video can do that, and that's really simple. Basically, you go into the chat window and you use /topic, and then just write what you want the new topic to be, and it will change. So if we were chatting away and someone said, "Hey, we've completely changed topic here," you need to keep it updated because people like coming to the homepage on Blab need to know what the room is about when they come in. The other thing to be really, really conscious of is like the people in the chat. If there's people sat in the chat and they're asking stuff, be aware that they're your audience and they're giving up time the same as you're giving time to them. So be aware and engage them. And there's a couple of little tricks to that is if you're planning to do regular shows, find yourself a co-host who can help you manage that, because it is a lot. It gets crazy, man. I literally scheduled a Blab half an hour ago and it's already got 45 people subscribed for it. Wow. So when that one goes live, they'll all come in and tweet it as well. So that's gonna go crazy. So obviously keeping, like, you don't know if these users are new that are coming in. So like let know that if they want to ask a question to you guys, they can use /Q, and then it will highlight as a question. So it'll appear like that. So you see it highlights in the chat, and you can see it's like got a little question bit by it.
So I failed.
So yeah, it's just /Q on that.
Those are great tips, Tristan. So you're tweeting it in advance to let people know that you're going to be on Blab, preferably with a specific topic, right? Do you use hashtags?
Let me show you a really good example of this. I'll give you an example in the chat window. Just give me a second. My computer's running super slow because I'm backing loads of stuff up.
Hey Morgan, thanks for joining.
Yeah, Morgan.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Yeah, doing good. Tristan, you mind if we just kind of find out more about Morgan real quick as you look that up?
No worries.
So Morgan, feel free to tell about yourself a little bit.
I love that, Tristan. Thanks.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm a motivational speaker. I also do some stuff with social media. And I'm just gonna say I love Blab. I've definitely seen you've seen Tristan around in a couple of Blabs, and I think it's a really cool place because you can connect with people faster, and you get to see people in other Blabs and really get to see the value that they're bringing at the end of the day. And as Tristan was saying, you really can show you can tweet this out as soon as people come here, and so you can be, hey, when I tell people when I host shows, I say, if you like the content, tweet it out, because we want more people to hear the message, we want more people to hear the content. And also the cool thing about this is if you go inside of a Blab, your followers that follow you and they're like, oh, I want to see the more content that this person's throwing out, they can come in here. So when certain people hop in as a Blab, you'll get more people because they're like, oh, this person's in here and this person's doing that. So I think that's a cool thing about it. And I also like the replay as well. I think the replay is awesome. Can send it out to people who just missed it, and there's some valuable nuggets you can take from it. And so yeah, that's really I do motivation speaking, stuff like that. So I've used this as more of a connection platform to meet more people and just to see the value that people are bringing and to get more insight on kind of how to operate things that I do. So that's what I really use it for.
That's great. Sweet. Let me ask. I almost feel like I'm taking this away from you.
No, go ahead. But this is supposed to be to give you, and Tristan, I'm supposed to point this way, right?
Yeah.
This way. Okay.
If you're pointing, you need to, yours is the only camera that's flipped, so you need to point the opposite way to what you think you should point.
Oh, okay. That's good.
All right. So yeah, no, I did this strictly for your education and stuff.
I love it.
And it's just we got a Blab superstar right below me.
That's so cool.
So that's pretty cool. Anyway, go ahead.
Tristan, a question for you. I was just going to ask you, Tristan. Obviously, you are aficionado on Blab, which is amazing. Who do you go to? Like, who's, I appreciate always learning from others. So who inspires you? Who are you following on Blab that's really helped you to refine your presentations?
There's a little guy called Jason Clark.
Okay.
His handle's at TechStud. That guy's a bit of a legend as well. If you ever need any help with anything and I'm not around, or he generally will pop in and out of Blabs all over the place. And if you see his little face pop up, be sure to say hi, and if you've got any questions, ask him. He's always more than willing to help out.
That's fantastic.
Really, really nice guy as well. We talk loads. We do. It's very rare you'll see us in a Blab together, because he'll generally jump in, go, "Oh, Tristan's here," and so he'll leave, because there's no point of both being in one Blab. Right? I think actually, look at that on cue. He left the room as well.
Right.
So if you're, I don't know, are you on desktop, Annette?
Yes, I am. I am on desktop.
So if you look at the top, you can see who's actually still live in the room, all the little circles. And if you put your cursor over them, it shows you a little pop down of their profile.
Yeah.
And that's their Blab profile. So you can follow them without having to go anywhere. If you click on a username, either in the chat or in the pop-up, that will show you their actual profile. And don't be scared that it'll bump you out. It loads in a new tab. And then actually, even from the pop down, you see the little Twitter bird. If you click that, it shows you their Twitter profile as well in a new tab. So you can connect with them on Twitter. So say you wanted to send them a private message, you can't say it to them on video here because it's public. You can't say it, you can't tweet them within here. So you can go to their Twitter and do it. So there's another tip here. If any of you lot are from Periscope, you'll probably know and recognize this tip from Periscope, that the tell a little bird button, if you click it, gives you a little tweet box. If you delete everything and then put DM space and the username, you can DM from in here without leaving.
Very
One thing to note about that, that there is a bug with it though. It will pull in your last tweet onto the sidelines.
Okay.
So when you send that DM, you'll see some random thing will appear on the left-hand side. Don't worry, it's a bug. They're aware of it, but it doesn't interfere with the platform. So don't worry about it too much. So about hosting shows and stuff, the most kind of the key thing there, and this is a big tip for if you want to get a lot of people into a Blab that you're going to do. Firstly, work out when you're going to do it and get yourself some sort of structure to when you're going to do it. Be consistent. That doesn't mean you have to do every day or every week. It could be once a month, but make it regular so people know when it is and they go, it's the same as your favorite TV shows, right? You know when they're on.
Right.
So
Definitely.
you come back for it. So set yourself a schedule and schedule it in advance, because people can subscribe to it and then it will notify them when you go live and remind them, life gets in the way suddenly, Annette's just gone live talking about whatever. So you're everyone will jump in. The other thing to do there is, so once you've created it, I don't know, I have to maybe backtrack a sec. Do you know how to set up a Blab in the first place? Has anyone talked you through the actual process?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, Daryl we hopped into this one just for the opportunity of getting the experience of how that works.
Okay, cool. So it's real simple. If you're going to do it from the desktop, you basically go to blab.im, just to the home page, and in the top right-hand corner, there's a Start Blab button. And then that loads you in, and you basically can give it a title. There's a tag cloud that you can just click on up to 3 topics there. And then you can either go live straight away or say, I want to do it in the future. So obviously to schedule, you'd go in the future, pick a date. And now one thing to bear in mind with this is wherever you're setting it up, it's set up on your local time. So I'm Sydney, Australia. So if I do it, I just set up one that is going live. Well, so it's in 8 days. So it's a Wednesday or something. But it's, for me, it's a Wednesday. But when I tweet it out, it says it's on a Tuesday, because it tweets out on Blab local time as the standard tweet out as Pacific time. So if for you, set it for your local time. Don't try to go, what time zone is in? So obviously work out what time zones you want to work with. Get yourself a piece of paper like this and work out what will happen with all the time zones and just work out like, but if you want, like,
I literally have the same thing. I have to get a huge clock because they're all over the place.
What kind of sheet? Oh wow, you have a whole sheet.
So I've got like GMT, Australian Standard, and then it works from Pacific across to Eastern, so I can work out what times. And for me, here's my little sweet spot here, this 2-hour block here. When I want to hit.
Those are the best times to do this.
Yeah, so work out who your audience is. And Sam, I might tweet it to you in a bit. So yeah, obviously work out when your sweet spot is, schedule your stuff. And like you saw there with what I did on the little chat on the side there, you can get, so actually I'm going to show you this one because this was a pretty cool one that this is the one we just put up. So this will give you an idea how stupid this gets and like how powerful this platform can be for you. I'm just going to grab the text from it. So you asked about using hashtags. Yeah, absolutely. Because it tweets out to Twitter, put hashtag in your title. Now, here's a little tip for you. Like this is an advanced user tip. So you're getting right in on that level straight away. When you set your blab up originally, you're scheduling it, put your username, your Twitter handle in the name. And I'll tell you why, because now you know how many people are tweeting about it. Because if I hit tell a little bird, you get a notification that you've just been mentioned.
Right.
It's really good for your mention reach and like your social impact online as well. So I'll give you an example, and obviously a hashtag that's relevant. So people just searching Twitter for hashtags will go, what's that? Oh, it's something on Blab I've subscribed. So if you have a look on the right there, that's an example of a tweet that I put out on Twitter to show off my show that we've just put up, right? So Mark Shaw, who set up Tag Tribes, is doing it. So obviously we've used the hashtag Tag Tribes, his handle, my handle, and then what the topic is. And look, on there, I've even broken it down for everyone in their time zones. So like everyone... What? Yes.
Canva?
Designed on Canva.
Okay.
Like there's loads of free tools out there. Just jump on Canva. That is literally would take you about 3 minutes to make that. It's like click, change the text. That's it, done. Because that design, like that, is one that's on Canva ready to go. Just remember to delete the graphic that you've got to pay for if you want to do it for free, because there's a couple of graphics you have to pay for. But yeah, do that, and then what the best way to do it is once you're scheduled, hit the tweet button here so it gives you all the text and the link, this, like the short code for the thing, and then go back to your Twitter, put your image up. So copy the block of text, put your image up and add it. And now this is an advanced Twitter tip that goes with this, is when you put an image up, you can tag 10 people in an image, not in the text. We use the 140 characters. You can tag them in the actual image so you don't lose any characters.
That's a big tip right there.
That's a huge tip. I'm so glad I'm recording this right now, because like you can just go back and play this back and like dropping knowledge all over the. What time is it there, Tristan? Anyway,
that's like 25 in the morning. I'm in the middle of running conferences, so I'm just changing up our website. We're doing 18 keynote speakers over two events. We've got 8 in the UK and 10 in Sydney. And we just wanted to disrupt the conference and education industry, and we went, how can we make it better than conferences that are out there at the moment? We went, jam it with loads of content and don't charge loads of money for it. So it's like 30 Australian dollars for a ticket.
Oh wow!
So like a full live event. So yeah, it's pretty mad. I'll chuck a link up on there in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, basically, we had because we work online a lot, and we're like hitting audiences all across the globe. Like we do, it's a live event in Sydney and it's a live event in the UK, but we deal with loads of people in America, right? And they're like, it's not worth flying from America to the UK for a $30 conference, right?
Right.
So what we do is we're actually live streaming the whole event. So there's a live stream ticket on there as well. Because there's like some people are like, oh, I'd love to go to that, but like it's the wrong country, and we're like, well, just watch the live stream and like get a ticket and watch the live stream. So we've chucked up. The
Y'all need to
website's
give
on
my
the side
man
there.
Tristan some props. He's dropping nuggets in this.
He's
Hang on
left
now.
and right.
Y'all need to be giving him some mad props. He's
Right.
dropping nuggets, guys.
Left and right.
Awesome.
Hey, Tristan, I'll even throw this out there. Like, is there anybody else that's in the room right now that I should drop out for so they could take my seat? Because I believe that's a capability right now. I can drop out. They can join in. Anybody?
So even as a host, you can leave. You can drop out as the host as long as you're as long as you're still in here.
Yeah.
As long as you're in the room, because you're as the host, you're the only person who can let people into the seat when they call in.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't. Like,
I could bow out. I could bow out. For
I'll happily bow out. So
he wants to test this feature. That's why.
Kinda. But is there anybody you see in the comments or anything?
Well, Samantha, Samantha tweeting goddess.
Cool.
Samantha, okay.
Some knowledge on the Twitter side as well. So yeah.
So Samantha, like, just put in the comments that you want to come in, and I'll go ahead and jump out if you could.
So yeah, another thing with the props or feels, if you've been on here long enough, they used to be called feels, but then people started referring to it as feeling people up, and it got a little bit awkward. So yeah, the props things at the bottom, they're not. You can't gamify them. They only last in this blab, and then when you leave, it goes back to zero. It's not like Periscope hearts, where like, yay, I got like 3 million hearts, and like tap my screen like forever, and all that kind of stuff. They don't want the gamification. Like, it's basically for the audience to show you that they're enjoying what you're saying and that kind of thing. So, hey, Samantha.
What's up, Samantha?
Hey, Samantha.
Hi, guys. Hello, Annette. And how are they treating you?
Wonderful. They're perfect gentlemen.
They're great. These are great guys for newbies, I have to say. These are brilliant. Like, it's nice for people to get that welcome. And I think the whole... actually, a lot of the people here are like that, Annette. So, it's always nice to reach out, and you do get a lot of help here. Just like Twitter. Twitter's like that too.
This is incredible. I mean, where can a newbie come to this platform and receive just an overwhelming support? I mean, that's incredible, right? Technology is amazing. So I have to pay it forward. What I've learned, I've got to be able to pass that on to other people. So I'll be keeping a keen eye on newbies, on Blab, and helping them become a little bit more acclimated so that they can be here and share with the world.
100%. Just like Tristan, when I see a new Blab, I just hop in, see if anyone needs any help.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, it's really community focused, and everyone is just helping everybody else. So
that's fantastic. Well, I hope to be using this platform more often. How about you, Morgan? Who inspires you in the Blab community? Who do you follow?
I always hop in and out of every single Blab possible. I always hop in on Joel.com stuff. I like what he has to say, and it's really just authentic, because a lot of people like the blab, but at the same time, everyone gets mad about that. But at the same time, like, it doesn't, like, you can't get mad about that, because everyone's gonna be talking about Blab for the 5 6 months, because we have to understand how the platform works, because we're all still learning. So I follow him. I also follow Dr. Sims. I don't know if you guys who know that is, but he normally hops up on here and gets some like just great coaching and some motivation as well. And then also follow Robert C. Stern. I'm doing a Blab with him on Friday, so that's gonna be exciting. So kind of getting some insight from him. And then I always see Tristan everywhere. So so I pretty much just follow him regardless, because I always see him. So yeah, those are my people.
It's a kind of running joke that people, literally every Blab I go into, I get asked when I sleep. So,
right?
Yeah, it's a pretty standard thing.
So what's your balance, Tristan? What's your balance in order to have a work-life, balance?
I work some pretty weird hours. Like sometimes I do go through, like I have, I think probably the longest I've spent on Blab in one go is probably about 36 to 38 hours.
That's incredible.
Like jumping from Blab to Blab, not one individual Blab, because that would just be dull. And who wants to watch 36 hours of a Blab, right?
Right. How about you, Samantha?
So take a picture of Tristan now, and then we'll compare it in about a month's time.
Yeah.
You see a big beard down here?
Long.
I started last Thursday. I'm nearly a week. Am I a week on it? 10 days? I don't know. I think it was.
I was in your first Blab, right?
I think so, yeah. So, I'm not sure, about a week anyway, 10 days maybe. So I found amazing for building relationships. Like I feel like I almost know Tristan and Morgan already now, you know, and you know, you kind of get to know each other as well on Twitter. So I bring the relationship to Twitter because that's what I love doing, and yeah, and I've brought loads of new people on it, and some of my clients as well, so they're really enjoying it, you know.
I think that's incredible. How do you balance, Sam, the work life, being online and offline, going to a restaurant and not looking down on your phone? How do you balance that for yourself?
Well, because my partner isn't here, I can lie a little bit and say, no, really. Well, actually, I have a rule now. The kids are going back to school here tomorrow. So it's going to be from 9 to 3. I just work online. And then when the kids come back from school, that's their time. And then I'm going to work 10 till midnight because I notice Blab is very busy at that time. And I think a lot of my scheduled Blabs are around that time. I have one at 9 o'clock tonight, which is in an hour and 10 minutes. Isn't it, Tristan? Yeah. So
yeah, Tristan's got the chart.
Well, it's not that. It's just that Tristan is joining in, I think, as well. It's a hashtag that I run on Twitter, and I'm going to run it at the same time as Blab. So that should be interesting.
Wow, that's great.
Could be a disaster. But, you know, it's really just I'm trying to incorporate the two platforms and encourage each other to go from one to the other, and it's all about building relationships, and the people on Twitter, I think, have the same kind of mindset and are more helpful as well. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but there's a lot of Facebook experts here that have helped me. So my Facebook's getting better now. So,
that's incredible. That's great. Awesome. I'm really excited about this platform, and more importantly, I love to share. So I love to share, you know,
you fit right in.
You know, to have a conversation with someone and ask them, you know, have you heard about Blab? And they're like, I have no idea. Like I do that with Periscope today, right? They have no idea what Periscope is. I'm like, are you kidding? Let's sit down, get your mobile device, and let's just have a conversation, show you how this can be such an impacting resource. And I have a couple people that have really done very successful with Periscope, one of which she landed a great, you know, opportunity that's going to help make her money because of Periscope, because it's innovative, it's fresh, and it's cutting edge technology for individuals who aren't familiar with this platform at all. That's why she was so excited to really take off with this.
Yeah.
And you'll do really well because you speak clearly, you know, you have the friendly face. I mean, you know, all these things count, you know, and also you have the right mindset as well. And I've been on 13 days. Apparently Bill Rowe has just informed me. So I'm on it 13 days.
That's awesome. Wonderful.
It's really cool, I think, because you really get to, like Samantha said, you really get to see who the people are and see who the person is. And if someone's like not authentic, you can pretty much tell on here.
Oh, definitely.
And you can pretty much tell if they're bringing some real value. I think Samantha, I don't know if you were in that last one I did. It's like 4 or 5 hours, 4 or 5 hour blab, and I didn't even realize it. But we were dropping just bombs of knowledge and value. Yeah, and it was so awesome because like everyone there was being so real. Like we were solving like real life problems, and to me, just as a motivational speaker and just as like a helper, like that was just huge. So it was really awesome.
So let me ask you guys, what books? Do you guys read books? What was the latest book that you read that you just love? See? I'm grabbing mine right now.
I have mine.
I'm only kidding. That's mine. Hang on.
That is definitely hers.
This is mine.
That is fully yours. Don't even
I love this. This is so cool.
It is mine.
Always ready. Always ready with the books.
Always ready with the book. Okay, so Tristan, tell me about your book. What's your book?
So it's called Do Talk to Strangers. It's about building relationships with from your everyday opportunities all around you. Like how often do you go buy a coffee and it's the same people in the coffee shop every time you go, right? Because it's the same time of day and everyone's kind of going through their routine. You get on a bus, you get on a train, same people all the time. And there's like all of these people, there are opportunities for a new connection, and you don't know. Like you could be getting on the train next to the CEO of the next big tech company, and you wouldn't know. But if you say hi to them, you could be involved in that next big tech company. So
that's incredible. What about you, Morgan? What was your book?
The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. It was extremely long, like 500, 600 pages, but it was one of the best books I've ever read because it covered like everything about your life, like, you know, doing more than you should be doing, you know, self-control, being excited, you know, how to manage your money, you know, how to just talk to people, how to have a pleasing personality. It touched every single subject and every single matter of life you'd like to know from a spiritual, emotional, physical standpoint. So it was an amazing book for me. And, you know, from that book, of course, I'm reading some new books now, but that book was just amazing. And it's changed my mindset a lot.
I love it.
You can get that book as an audio book as well. So if you're someone who's on the go a lot, you can get it as an audio book and listen to it.
I'd rather that. I was just going to say, what's a book?
Yeah.
I just don't have time. When I do read a book, it's like, you know, it's a kind of just a relaxing book kind of to keep me off. What about you?
So tell us about your book. Tell us about your book, Sam.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about that. This is not a sales pitch. No, it's just a book. But I will recommend if people have got a book in them to do them, because it's like your business card, you know. If you do have a book, you know, it really raises your authority. As soon as I wrote that book, like, I got so much more business because people seem like they can see that you know your stuff enough to write a book. So, you know, it's the perception, I suppose. But it's just a book about my story, about how I got on Twitter and people I met along the way. And it's a little bit of tips for people starting a business and stuff. So
that's awesome.
It's fairly relaxed.
And can you put it in the comments, or can someone put it in the comments so that we can?
No, don't, please. No. Wait till my next one comes out. Wait till my next one comes out, because we always hate our first one. It's like, oh no, that was no good. Actually, I thought it was great at the time. You know, it's okay. Like,
so here's my book. My book is How to Deliver a Great TED Talk. Now,
I need that. I'm doing TED Talk. I need
goodness. Awesome. I speak nationally, and let me tell you, there's a lot of nuances that I believe that I was doing on stage that I just would always naturally do. But this book has helped me realize not to do that anymore, because it's annoying for attendees. So this book has revolutionized the way that I speak because of this book. All of the great tips and how to articulate and how to really draw in people that are sitting in the audience and look at them in the eyes, and, you know, the power of the pause. I mean, there's so many invaluable tips. I fly at least once or twice a week, and I could not put this book down. I read it, and as everybody got off the plane, I'm the last one to get off, and I'm like, but I've got 3 more pages left. I have to finish this.
It's like, what am I doing?
Phenomenal book.
Oh my God, to touch
so
on
if
that,
you're speaking, if you're in an audience of maybe 5 people or 1,000 people, this book will revolutionize your speak.
I love that picture.
You're so cool. I love it. It's so cool. But do you know what? I actually need that book. I do need that book, because I have a TED Talk coming up in November, and I think I do all those things you just said, that I always try and get an audience member involved. I always try and, you know, it's the emotion, of course, the identification that they get with me when I tell my story. But then, you know, you don't want to bore them with me either. So there's a lot of tactics involved, and I do have to learn, because I got that in November. I better get my act together.
Get that book.
I'm going to reach out to you because I need that book.
I'm telling you, it revolutionized the way that I present. And oftentimes I'll be in a presentation. At the end of the presentation, I'll get handshakes. You know, thank you. That you're such a great speaker. And let me tell you, it didn't happen overnight. This book revolutionized the way that I present on stage. It's having that confidence and that, you know, really commanding their attention. Yeah,
I have the confidence. It's just sometimes you're right. You know, you have to think about the person who's watching. Morgan, you must have great tips for speaking.
Yeah, so for speaking, I think the main thing for me when I do a speech is that I always try to find one person that is like really into what I'm saying. I can always find that one person who's like on the edge of their seat and like, so I dive into them and interact with them, and then also with the audience, I always ask them a question, because a lot of the times when you do speeches, you're like, I did this, I'm experiencing this, but everyone's like sitting there like, you know, I want to be involved. So I always ask questions like, hey guys, you know, what do you believe about this? Or, hey, I always try to point someone out and be like, hey, you know, what have you ever dealt with something like this before? I try to get people involved and I try to get the emotions drawn out when I speak, because I want people to understand my experiences from my heart, from my soul. And then I also talk about just experiences from I learned from books. So I draw that in and I try to get the whole audience captivated on what I'm saying and to make sure that they're engaged. So I try to get there, because for what speeches at the end of the day is what I found out is that the more excited and the more engaged the people are in the audience, the more excited I get, because they're listening. So now it draws more energy, you know. But if everyone's like texting or on their phone or tweeting stuff, like I'm not going to be that excited to give the message. So I figured I have to engage the audience every single time.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
I was just looking at cool. Ron said about you could follow people if you click on the viewers up in the top left-hand side.
Yeah, that was a great tip. I'm already following away.
For Twitter too, you can do that.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to go, guys, because I have to kind of get ready for and put some makeup on and look respectable for my blab at 9 o'clock. See, I'll just jump in as I am for you guys. I'm only joking.
Thank you so much, Sam. So great to connect with you.
And
I'll be following you.
That book, I will actually check that out because I do need to get my act together. And I'll see you on the blab later, maybe 9 o'clock, British Biz Party. It's on the same time as the hashtag. So
thank you so much, guys.
Samantha, great seeing you again.
See you later, Sam.
Wow. That's an amazing first time. I'm always going to talk about my first blab experience, and you guys are part of it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you saw, I fired a link up in the side there, talking about TED Talks. With that conference we've got one of our keynote speakers is a guy who's responsible for putting 10 different people on the TEDx stage. So he trains people with because with TED, it's about complete clarity of message and getting a really concise message. You've got 20 minutes from when you step on the stage. That's it. To tell your whole story. And that's to evoke emotion, really connect with your audience and all of that. So he deals with all of that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool.
That's fantastic.
Hey, peeps. How are you all today?
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Phenomenal. As someone who's operated now 3 TEDx talks in my community, one thing to remember is the audience never knows when there's a goof up. That's the beauty of it. Yes. They've potentially never seen your speech before. They've never seen the audience may not even know who you are. So, man, just keep rolling. So
have grace.
Yeah. I've produced 3 of them here locally. So underneath the TED guys, so we're a couple of rungs down, and it was fun. It was amazing to do too. I had a worldwide global audience. We broadcast it live. So it was fun. We used some different streaming, Ustream and some other products to stream it. And I had, we measured our Twitter reach and our followings and stuff like that. It was pretty fun to see how many people heard the messages of what was happening right here in my own Denver community. So it was pretty cool.
That's incredible. I got to tell you, Mike, that on my vision board is to be on a TED Talk at some point in my career. So I'm hoping in the future that I can come and bring that into fruition.
It'll happen. I mean, and you can, you don't have to be on a big TED stage because there are different levels of TED licenses that one can get and achieve. So there you go, man.
Hey, guys, I really do appreciate this blab. You guys are awesome, but I got to hop out for a call. But Tristan, you're awesome as always. I'll see you around. Annette, hopefully you enjoy the platform. Mike,
I love it.
We'll probably connect soon at some point, but it's great to hear what you have to say, man.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Tristan. Thanks, Morgan. And Daryl, thanks for hooking this all up. I appreciate you.
The weird thing was, I've been on here longer than the CEO of Blab. We found that out today in a Blab.
I'm not sure that those figures are right, on the platform. I don't
know. When I asked Sean to look it up, he's like, "Oh my God, dude, really? You've been on here 102 days? Holy crap! You've been here since inception, man." And again, I don't know if it's a vanity matrix. I don't know. It's just the day I signed up. I don't run their counter. I don't know if it's true or not. Tristan,
I'll be right back. Yeah.
So. Thanks so much, guys. I'm going to bug out.
Yeah, he might not have been on straight up anyway. So he's got people for that, right?
yeah. They got him. They built the platform, not I. So
thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Okay.
See you, Miss Annette.
So what do you do, Mike? Just fill me in. Save me reading your profile. I'm having a lazy day.
You're having a lazy day today.
It's 5 a.m. on my next day. I've been up for over a day now. So
you're like the marathon man on here, man. You beat me as far as hours on Blab.
So I actually beat the whole Robert C. Stern 32-hour thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I was kind of popping in and out.
I've done more than that, but just not in one single blab because I can't think of anything worse than being in one blab for that amount of time.
There was somebody that was in another Blab chat, they asked the question, how long can Blab go on? I'm like, well, I guess as long as your bladder holds out, Yeah. I'm like, I have a bucket. I'm like, oh, fantastic.
Get those suits that, the guys, the Formula One guys wear and all that.
Yeah.
All good to go.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So, all right. I just wanted to pop in here and say hello to Miss Annette and encourage her, and hopefully she makes her TEDx opportunities come truthful for herself, man, because like I said, orchestrated 3 of them at my local level, and they're a lot of work and a lot of fun, and the stories are amazing that we all can tell and what we all bring to our own unique platforms. So
so Annette dipped out in like the 3 seconds that I took on it. Okay, at least
she ran away.
Okay. Well, yeah, that it was pretty much for her benefit. I think she got a ton of benefit. Thank you, Tristan, for joining. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Tristan's a knowledge bomb.
For Morgan for joining. Mike, thank you for joining.
Sure.
The tweeting goddess joined us and stuff. That was the first time I had an opportunity to interact with her, but it seems like she knows her stuff. I saw people say, "Hey Sam, hey Sam, hey Sam" in the comments there. So yeah, fantastic stuff. So I'll just throw it out. Like the whole point of this blab was just to show her around so she could get comfortable for an interview that we're about to do in about an hour or so. She's probably going to go get some food. So I'm gonna interview her in about an hour or so, and maybe we'll continue the conversation then.
Have you got that scheduled up? Get them, man. Some people subscribing.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much. I'm probably going to dip out here, but if you guys want to continue to talk, feel free.
So I was just going to give a wrap-up bit here.
Sure.
So the proper way to close one off if you're recording, I mean, like, because it's your channel, and obviously it will sit on your channel, you can either go off the record and leave people here to chat until they're bored and they leave.
Oh, okay.
Because no one else can come in. As soon as you walk off away from it, no one